Hi! Welcome to the vlog. I'm quacking. Okay. I don't really need to have this one on right now because there's no hospital staff in the room. Whew, itchy. Yes, we're in hospital. Day 4 of COVID, we are in hospital. I said yesterday that I was really worried about her, and she had this massive long seizure, and at the very end of yesterday's vlog I was packing bags in case I needed to take her into hospital. Guess what? I had to take her into hospital. I called an ambulance. She had that enormous long seizure while I was talking to Alice, and it went on. I think it went on for like 20 minutes, maybe even more, and she was just not really responding to me, and she just kept shivering and kind of, there's like an electrical current that runs through her body is what I say. You know, she doesn't really shake, and she doesn't have the tonic clonic thing, but there's like this just thing going on. Yeah, it is, isn't it? And not talking to me, not responding to me when I was sort of trying to get her attention. And I gave her buccal midazolam, which is her serious rescue medicine, and she did fall asleep on that for a little bit, but even in her sleep she was not settled, and I just kept going in and checking on her, and then I started giving her her evening medicines, and she woke up fitting as I was doing that, and I was like, right, this is my cue, I'm calling for an ambulance. So the ambulance crew turned up and measured her temperature, and it was 40 degrees. Oops. So 40 degrees and seizures. There was literally just one decision, which was she's going in. Blue lights, sirens, the works. She is going into hospital. And so we came into hospital and we went into A&E, and they put us obviously in a room to ourselves, and they assigned a nurse to us, and she was lovely, but she felt quite lost because she was bank staff, and normally she doesn't work here. She normally works in a different hospital, and she couldn't find anything, and she didn't know who to ask, and she kept apologizing, poor girl. And I'm like, yeah, you know, this is not like, you're doing the best you can under the circumstances, so don't apologize. And then the A&E consultant came in and started talking, and I said she's COVID positive, and he went, oh, no one told me. Yeah, great. So he wasn't actually allowed to look after her because he was the only consultant in A&E right there. Right, hang on, I'm getting a doctor. That was the pharmacist who is putting together our discharge medicines. Yes, she's gonna get discharged, and now a nurse is coming in to pick up Elin's stinky nappy. I have completely lost track of where I was. A&E consultant couldn't see Elin because she has COVID, and it's a safeguarding issue for all the other patients that he has to see. He called up a pediatric consultant from the ward who came. Lovely doctor. Yes, really lovely doctor. We liked him. And he spent a lot of time with Elin actually, and talking to me and finding out a lot of stuff about her. Now he was a bank staff, so doesn't usually come here, and the nurse we had gotten assigned was also bank staff, and she couldn't find a damn thing. She's like, I can't find anything, this is really weird. Nothing's where I expect it to be, nothing looks like I expect it to look, because apparently equipment looks different in different hospitals. I've learned something new. Yes, I have. They even call it different things in different hospitals. Funny moment when the doctor said, yeah, I don't usually work here, and the nurse replied, I don't really work here either, and I piped up with, I practically work here. Who do you need? Who shall I introduce you to? We're frequent flyers, we're familiar. Funny thing number 2, we were trying to get a cannula in, mainly for the sake of taking bloods. Like, we weren't too worried about her hydration, but we know obviously Elin has a history of spiraling down, and maybe she would have to go on IV. And so this consultant is doing it, and I warn him about Elin. She's so difficult to cannulate, yada yada yada. And the nurse comes in to help out. So she's sitting there and she's holding Elin's hand, stretching the skin, keeping it still, all of those kinds of things, right? And he's there poking Elin with needles, and Elin is just kind of going, yeah, whatever. And suddenly the nurse says, "Mum, I feel really ill." And I said, "Go, I've got this. Like, I can easily take over." She took a few steps away, and then she just grabbed onto the first thing she could find, which was actually a sharps box and a tray on wheels. And as soon as she got hold of that, she just rolled across the room, crashed into the door, into a sign about how to avoid falling. I shouldn't make fun of her. I shouldn't laugh. It was so slapstick. It was, yes, it was so slapstick. I jumped off the bed, I grabbed hold of her so she wouldn't fall over. I opened the door and I shout, "Please help, I've got a fainting nurse." And I have basically 5 members of staff looking up at me going, I'm like, seriously, somebody take her. She's not well. Oh, yeah, I don't really feel like the A&E department was really on the balls last night. They were so slow. So yeah, our nurse fainted. And then the doctor had to run away and help another pediatric patient who was displaying very strange, twitchy, trembling kind of symptoms that the other doctor didn't know what it was. It's like, it's not like a seizure, but and I just looked up and I went, her seizures don't look like seizures either. So don't dismiss that it could be a seizure. I don't think he was expecting me to understand as much of the medical lingo as he was using. You know, obviously they didn't share anything about like who it was or anything like that. Literally just a pediatric patient. The way he described the episode sounds so much like Elin's seizures. Yeah, so then we were sort of stuck there. Our nurse had fainted, our doctor had run away, we were sitting in this room in A&E. Nobody else wanted to talk to us, obviously. And just waiting, and Elin's temperature had gone down and she was in good form. As soon as the temperature was down, she wasn't fitting anymore, all of her SATs were looking good, her pulse and her breathing rate was looking good, she tolerated water through the pump, like everything was fine. We did agree to be admitted for a few reasons, main reason obviously being that Elin spirals down into really nasty seizures when she's fighting an infection. So let's keep her in, we're here, let's keep her in, let's keep an eye on her, and we won't, if she goes bad, then that's fine. Another reason is, as we went in by ambulance, neither the wheelchair nor the wheelchair van was here. Like, I only live 5 minutes up the road, but I can't carry her. Not that way. It's not really feasible in the middle of the night. No, thank you. Yeah, so we were admitted, and we've had a broken night's sleep because people have come and gone throughout the night. She's not been left alone as much as I wanted, but she has slept. She's napped several times today as well, and now she is really good. She's throwing up a little bit every now and again. I don't mind, we're used to dealing with that. She, as you've probably seen in this vlog, has had a couple of seizures, so she has little tiny ones, a few seconds long. Again, really not worried about those. Now we're just waiting on discharge medicine. The doctor felt that her right lung was a bit congested, so she's had a nebulizer. The physiotherapist who was just in said she can't hear anything. I don't know if it's the nebulizer that has helped, or the chest physio that has helped, or the fact that she's sitting up that has helped. But obviously, at the moment she sounds clear. And they did take bloods. We never managed to get that cannula in last night, but we did manage to get enough bloods, so we know that her infection markers are showing she has a virus, but she does not need antibiotics at this stage. Yeah. The only thing that I'm curious to find out is I asked about antivirals. So at the moment here in the UK, if you're on the high risk list and you have a positive PCR, you should be issued with antivirals, providing you're over 12 and over 40 kilos. Elin's neither of those two, so strictly speaking, she's not eligible. And strictly speaking, this is still kind of, you know, the antivirals for the high risk group is really a sort of trial thing going on, so that it's very strict criteria for who gets them. But she's going to call up there's something, people who actually decide and ask for advice. So we shall see if she gets antivirals or not. I'm interested in it because obviously, as we know, she can go so very downhill when she's fighting an infection. But I mean, right now, looking at her, you wouldn't think she was ill at all. And I don't know what my status is because I didn't bring any lateral flow tests with me. As soon as I get home, I'm going to test. Ow! Ow! You're bending my finger. Yeah, so fingers crossed we're not here for that much longer. I don't have an awful lot of food for her and I want to go home. I did remember to bring coffee. Of course I remembered to bring coffee. Yes. Of course I did. Of course I did. Yeah. Hi. I love you. It is 4:30 in the afternoon of day 4 of COVID for Elin. Provided that nothing else goes wrong now, tomorrow's vlog, I will let you know at what time we got home. Yeah, are you going home? Home, sweet home. Sweet home with my mama. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all again very soon. Bye. Mwah.